CQ, CQ, CQDX, CQDX, CQDX on 10. This is Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot. Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot calling DX on 10.
Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot. This is 9 Juliet 2 Bravo Oscar. 9 Juliet 2 Bravo Oscar. Over.
Yeah, 9 Juliet 2 Bravo Oscar. This is Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Fox. Very good afternoon to you, old man. The name this side is Mark, and I'm about 20 kilometres or 15 miles southeast of the city of London. And the radio today is a TS-830S, an old hybrid radio, a 100 watts and a 5/8 wave vertical antenna. I'll give you a report on the next over, but you was a lovely and clear, superb audio. Back to you.
Yes, Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Fox. 9 Juliet 2 Bravo Oscar. Fine, Mark. Does your name end with a K or a C, over?
Yeah, it ends with a K, kilo.
Okay, fine, very good. My name is Brian with an I. My location is Lusaka. Lima Uniform Sierra Alpha Kilo Alpha, Lusaka. And okay, on the TS-830S, I'm familiar with that. It's a very popular rig in its day, still is. I use quite a lot about the TS-830 on the Facebook. Highly regarded channel. I'm using a Kenwood transceiver 2, an old one. TS-830, I don't think. The TS-440, TS-440S. And Frontier is a 3-element tri-band radio at 32 feet. WhatsApp on communications Lusaka. Right, Lima Uniform Sierra Alpha Kilo Alpha Lusaka. The capital city of Zambia. 505, 515. The full city of Lusaka. And you can probably tell from my accent I am from G-Land. And I'm calling G3 Tango Oscar Alpha Kilo 8. I'm originally from the city of Lincoln, and my 0 Juliet Charlie Fox, 9 Juliet 2 Bravo Oscar.
Yeah, 9 Juliet 2 Bravo Oscar, M0 JCF returning. Well, Brian in Lusaka, Zambia. I mean, that's a first for me. I think you're my first 9 Juliet 2 station ever. So very, very pleased with that. You're 5 and 6 to me, sometimes peaking 5 and 7. With the QSB drops you down to about a 5 and 3, and QRM seems to be picking up on this frequency now. It was clear for the last 30 minutes or so, and now it's popping up. But yeah, the old Kenwoods and Trios, I love them. This is the TS-830S hybrid, so yeah, it uses tubes in the driver and final stages, and I got it coupled up to the AT230 tuner. It doesn't really need the tuner because I'm using a 5/8 wave vertical at this moment in time, so maybe your antenna as well doing all of the hard work. And Lincoln, yeah, a fine windy city, isn't it? All around that area, Cambridgeshire, Lincolnshire, Norfolk, you know, it's all as flat as your hat, and you know, very windy. And that's what we've got today as well, Brian. We've got wind, and really strong wind. Already brought down one fence panel, which is a pain, and lots of rain on and off, quite heavy showers. Then we get broken clouds, beautiful blue sky and sunshine, and then bang, it all closes up again. Typical English weather, I'm sure I don't need to tell you that. Back to you, Brian. 9 Juliet 2 Bravo Oscar. This is Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot.
you're not exactly on frequency, but very, very close. And yeah, I think it chose the wrong one. Fine. What is it? I got 15 miles, I think it's miles, could have been just south of London, I believe you said. What is your actual QTH mark over?
Yeah, 9J2BOM0JCF. Yeah, Sidcup in Kent. That's Sierra India Delta Charlie Uniform Papa. Sidcup in Kent, which is now really more of a suburb of London rather than, you know, an individual town in the Kent countryside. If we drive just 3 minutes down the road, then we're into beautiful green fields and woodland and all of that. But looking outside my door, it's brick and more brick there, Brian. Back to you.
Yes, indeed. I can imagine and sympathise. I came to this QTH back in 1987. I came to this actual location and it was an area of small holdings, 25-acre plots, and now it's just an extension of the city. I've got 9 acres here, but I just sold off about 4 and a bit. So, and I'm completely surrounded with housing, temporary shops, permanent shops. The only advantage is that I've now got a good tarred road. And the buses turn round at my gate, so it's very convenient for me to get into town. I've given up driving. I have some sort of optical migraine, and I get flashing lights in my vision when there's trouble, and it comes on without warning. There may be an ache at the back of my head, and yeah, it makes driving impossible because I don't know when it's going to come on. But I decided to stop driving altogether. It's just inconvenient. Yeah, better than having an accident. Travel by Brooklyn, travel by a local bus is very uncomfortable. Even third class transport. I think it's about 20 grand for the transport. But we get by, that's how most people travel. Yeah. Okay. You know the city of Lincoln. I've been there for almost 20 years. The last time I visited was 20 years ago. I took my grandson to see the sights. I've been here since I've been here in Zambia since 1966. I came here straight from Teachers Training College, and my first job was here. And I've been on teaching, I stayed in teaching about 30 years, and then went into other fields. And I'm now 78 years of age. I came when I was 21, and I've given up working. I'm 0JCF9J2BO.
9J2BOM0JCF. Well, you know, I'm not a big lover of driving anymore. Obviously, I do drive, but I don't enjoy the driving around here, mainly because, you know, there's a lot of vehicles on the road, and there are so many restrictions now where if you're just not careful for the slightest thing, you can find you've got an automatic fine ends up on your doorstep. So it makes driving quite stressful in that sense. So yeah, I would like not to drive. Interestingly, I passed my 60th birthday a few months ago, and I now can have an over 60s a travel pass, which allows me to travel on the buses, the trains, the London Underground, etc., you know, for quite a distance and covering quite an area. All the different modes of transport, I can use that now for free. So I actually went out last week with my good lady wife, and we used it. We went on the bus, then we went on the train, then we went on the London Underground, then back on the train, then back on the bus. Not because we needed to, but because we could. That was quite interesting and novel. I actually retired back in November. I was made a voluntary redundancy from the company that I've been with for 29 years. And I just saw it as an opportunity to wind down and get out, you know. Luckily, I don't suffer with any ailments such as, you know, yourself with migraine, etc. So I know a few friends that do, and I know it can be very debilitating. And as you say, you really don't want to be behind the wheel of a car when that happens. But, you know, I was a telecom engineer, Brian. I started off in telecoms 1979 when I left school and did my apprenticeship in telecom engineering, and then I travelled the world around about 1992-93. I got made redundant, once again voluntary. So I took 18 months and I travelled with a friend around the world, and, you know, see lots and lots and lots of the world in that time, which was nice. And then I came back to England and, you know, got another job in telecoms, and then cable TV, which developed into digital television. And then I moved from there into IT, looking after telecom and TV systems. So that was, you know, that was the route that I took in my working life. But, you know, it's come to an end now. Maybe permanently, maybe not. My wife tells everyone this is temporary. I tried to tell everyone this is permanent, but we'll see what happens. I'm just enjoying the free time at the moment, and being able to indulge in all of my hobbies. Obviously, amateur radio, one of them. When it comes to old radios, you know, I've got lots of old hybrid radios and valve radios from the 60s and 70s that need attention. You know, they all need working on. So it's given me time to start delving into those and playing about a bit more home brewing as well with the radio. So that's the story here, Brian. Not much else to tell you, really. Not with, you know, without putting the world to right. But that's the story. 9J2BOM0JCF.
A Dutch station. I don't think he's even a KC away from you. Very loud.
Yeah, frequency is in use. Frequency is in use, please. This is now impossible.
I enjoyed that very, very rich years. I stayed with them for 5 years until I reached the Japanese retirement age. And they say I had to go. and then I went to work in a communications, radio and electronics repair workshop. Spent about 3 years there, and then the service part of the business they took a dive and made redundant, so I left the full-time partner job and went with an interview with a electrical engineering company. But they wanted me in a different city and I didn't want to move again. I spent most of my teaching career moving from place to place, mainly in the rural areas of Zambia, in government boarding schools, working in government boarding schools as a teacher, deputy headmaster, and so on. And I was just tired of moving. So, I took that job for the company, so that his son was looking for someone. So I stayed and waited for his son to turn up, and it was him making the job. I forgot what they called me now. Anyway, I forget what my title was. There were 3 managers, and there was the boss and 2 of us. The other manager looked after well, it was a wholesale food importer, and a little bit of a retailer, but most of the business was the hotels and restaurants and so on, and the big supermarkets. We imported food items mainly from Italy, salamis and hams and cheeses and wines, pasta, olive oil, and so on, and sold them to the supermarkets, hotels, restaurants, and I was on the sales side, looking after the sales staff, and also the transport, and generally troubleshooting, sorting out many problems. So I worked there for 5 years. The boss decided he wanted to start a business. So I moved with some of the stock. We sold some of the stock off to a newly formed company. That failed. After 2 years we hadn't made a profit, so the directors decided to pack it up. They made a big mistake. They went into the soft drinks industry and tried to market a soft drink from South Africa. There's nothing wrong with the product, but it came by road. And then you're competing with Coca-Cola, and you're competing with Pepsi, and you're competing with soft drinks. It was a no-go from the start. I thought it was absolutely crazy. You can't compete with Pepsi and Coca-Cola, you're mad if you think you can. Another mistake was to fresh, not well, packaged juice, packaged by road, believe it or not. And there again, we've got the damage through the transport. And so that's the time it took to get from Kenya down to us by road. Often trucks were stuck on the road for 7 days in one place. Oh, that's absolute mess. So they closed the company. Then I moved into a manager on a building site. That lasted about 2 years, so that wasn't too bad. Then I decided I'd had enough. That was a long one. I hope you managed to copy M0JCF 9J2BO.
Yeah, 9J2BO M0JCF. Wow, that was a long over and a lot to take in. It looks like you've led a wild and varied life. You know, it was very interesting. I've got to be honest and say I missed about between 10 and 20% of it due to the QR Mexico, the station that's very close by. And while you was rattling through that long monologue, I was adjusting the IF shift, the bandpass filter, the RF gain, the tone control and everything in sight on this old radio, and it's just amazing how it just pulls your signal out of the QR Mexico. I did also call out that the frequencies in use, hoping that whoever is there would like double check and just check the frequencies on. I would imagine we're on 472 or thereabouts. I would imagine he's probably on 470 or, you know, one of the nice round figures. I don't think people check. I think they just go there, don't hear anything and start calling. Rarely do you hear anyone asking, is the frequency in use these days? You know, I've been sitting here, when did I start CQing? At 15:39 UK time, and you know, and it was absolutely clear. I had zero noise. Sometimes the noise started picking up to about S2, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. Oh, fantastic. And I loved hearing all the different stories of the way you've gone through life. And it's quite going back, if we can go back to when you were speaking to you earlier and you were saying about the amount of land you've got, but you were selling off parts of the land. And do you know what? I'm hearing that a lot now from South African stations, stations in Namibia, etc. You know, they all seem to start off with huge, great amount of land, and they're just whittling it down and down and down and down because A, they, you know, it's not profitable anymore, and B, they're not able to work that size of land anymore. And I'm just wondering how far it's going to go, you know, to in the point you'll be like me and you'll just have a back garden on the back of the house, you know. Where I live, all before these houses were built was all orchards, you know. It was just all farmland and orchards. And I suppose around just before World War II, the same sort of thing happened, you know. All of this land gradually got chopped into small pieces. They run a road through it and just built lots and lots of houses. And I want to imagine that's what's happening down where you are. But very interesting, Brian, very interesting indeed. Well, listen, Brian, because of the QR Mexico, I'm actually going to go QRT for a while. I'm out with my good lady wife and some friends tonight. There's a pub around the corner from us that's been totally refurbished. And it's a pub that I've used since I was allowed to, well, I wouldn't say allowed to drink, since 1979. When I left school and I started working, it was one of those local pubs that I discovered as a young man, and it never really changed for 40 plus years, and they've now refurbished it. And as I say, we're going out this evening and we're going to go and try it and see what it's all about. So I'm probably going to wind it down now. I may be on later, but if not, you know, it's another day day, another dollar, as they say. But it'll be nice to hook up with you again. Maybe we could try 12 meters. I find that band a lot quieter, and people are a bit more careful about where they tread, because obviously it's a very small bandwidth there. But Brian, it's been an absolute pleasure, especially that last monologue, you know, listening to it. There was so much to take in, and I'm sure I won't remember all of it, and B, you can tell me all about it again if we hook up again. So can I wish you very best wishes, Brian? As I say, thank you very much for coming back to me. Thank you for being my first ever call sign from Zambia down there, and especially Lusaka. As soon as you said Lusaka, I'm thinking to myself, 9 Juliet 2 and Lusaka. Neither of those ring any bells in my head, and yeah, it's nice to get you in the logbook for the first time. And of course, if you was calling, you'd have a European pile up. You know, it would be amazing. You know, I'm sure you've been there. I'm sure you've called CQ many times and absolutely been swamped. So for me, CQing and getting those countries coming back to me, especially new ones like yourself, you know, and someone who wants a rag chew as well, it's always really nice and refreshing. You know, I've had a few today where people just want to swap reports, few details, and move it on. But I think you'll find that happens a lot with European stations, you know, because there are so many of them, so crowded together. Everyone, you know, they want something a bit more further afield. Brian, as I said, an absolute pleasure. I'm going to wish you and yours very best 73. Good luck with the 9 acres that you've got left down there, and I look forward to pulling a signal from your free band. Was it a free element tri-band Yagi, I think you said, or was it a free? Yeah, it was. I'm sure you said it was a free element of a tri-band Yagi. I've just got these rough notes I keep in the paper logbook. I'm rabbiting on now, and I'm meant to be saying goodbye. So I'm going to vacate the frequency, and if you want to take over it, please do. But as I say, becoming very crowded now on 10 meters, or at least where I'm sitting. So 9 Juliet 2, Bravo Oscar. This is Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, listening for a final. Brian, an absolute pleasure. Take care. Until the next time. Bye bye.
Yes, okay. Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Fox, 9 Juliet 2 Bravo Oscar. Well, I've been on 50 years. On the air 50 years from when this call sign. Well, it will be 50 years in October, I think. I can't remember which month it was I got my first license. But it's all on QRZ.com. And I don't operate very much phone, sidebar. So, you're lucky to find me. And as far as phone is concerned, I usually answer CQs rather than putting out CQs, but of course put out lots and lots and lots of CQs on CW. So I'm 99.9% CW. I don't operate any digital modes. And yeah, that's where I'm at. Usually 30 kcs up from the band edge on CW. And yes, well, only 3 of us that are really active. 9J2 yes, who I shall be talking to hopefully in 35 minutes time. And there's 9J2 REK, 9J2 Romeo Echo Kilo, who is also now pursuing CW for the most part. Is mostly CW. The only other CW operator left now. And there's 9J2 RD. He's mostly only contacts Italian stations. He's Italian himself. So don't hear much of him, and and it doesn't come on 8. So what's up here? Right off you go. I don't think I've ever worked it on the air. Maybe. There's supposed to be on the telephone. And there's another one. Who I've never heard. But I've met a couple of times. I've slow down. He's visited me twice, 3 times. But he doesn't seem to be very active either. He's too busy with his work. He's a designer of audio equipment. Okay, thanks for the chat. That was enjoyable. And I'll do it again sometime. You can usually find me around about 28030. Take care for now. 73 M0GCF9J2BOK. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Brian. Very much appreciate it, and an absolute pleasure to speak to you today. This is Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot going QRT. This frequency is clear for use. This frequency is clear for use.
9 Juliet 2 Bravo Oscar. This is Golf 4 Delta Bravo Quebec. Germany 4 Delta Bravo Quebec. Calling you, Brian. Yes, G4 Delta Bravo Quebec. Can't we find a clearer frequency? Let's go down. Can you operate around about 380 somewhere like that? Yeah, roger. Let's see whether 380 is clear and I'll meet you down there. Okay, I'll look around. Well, yeah, plus or minus. Right, 380 it is.